Hey Karen, how you doing? I've got your post up right here. Okay, I would be posting as I finish up the project. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at what you have. So let's start with the sorry, with the poster. I think the poster is outstanding. I think it's the strongest piece in your campaign. It's just got wonderful page mechanics. It's really inviting. The hierarchy is really specifically clear, more so than I think in the other pieces, and I'll describe that as we get to them. Um, my only concern here is watch your images. I'm not real sure if those are low res images, but if you zoom in, you'll see a little pixelization not only in the background but in the image itself. I mean, it's really easy to find hotel images that have these open windows, mask out the windows, and you can use it. My recommendation is to find a really high resolution image. Um, you see that? See what I'm saying? That's all pixelization and actually, the background image isn't too bad. The space image isn't too bad, but this is all. See all these like weird little lines and squiggles and all that, and then over here, this kind of weird color. That's called compression artifact, and there's some pixelization in here too, and that is all indicative of low res and or low quality images. So you might want to check that foreground image. Now, as we go to the web banner. That is definitely that one. Actually, that one looks good, but this one is really damaged. The one in the banner. So you definitely want to replace that one. If I now I can't zoom in here, but I can do a system zoom. You won't see this on your end, but yeah, that image is very damaged. Okay, back to the magazine ad. Oh, so this is good. Typography is great, really good, right? This is good. This belongs with this information here, so I think it's better proximity placed right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and move to the billboard. I think the billboard is also very good. Now, one thing I would recommend in the billboard is you've got this kind of concept where you start the image, and the image has space out the window, and it works. It totally works. It's a great concept. It totally works here. And if you notice, the reason it works better here than in the billboard and then the banner is because this image is consuming the whole portion of the background. Okay, so that makes it work. Now, if we go over here to the billboard, it's not big enough. See, we can see that space right through the background. So what I would recommend is just taking this whole image right here and increasing it, which is it's gonna take up a larger area of the banner, but that's okay. So you increase the size so that the top is right at the top of the banner and the bottom at the bottom of the banner, and then this is at the side of the banner. So there's no space through the top, bottom, or the sides of the banner. Well, the right side. On the left side, of course, there will be, and that'll further preserve, I think, further preserve the concept. Okay, as far as the type goes, I think that we can. I'm just a little concerned here about the actual proximity. Um, what I would recommend is this: is we say we have float among the stars, which is an idea all that kind of stands alone, right? So what I would recommend doing is just increase that a little bit. All right. Then we're going to take this and we're going to move it closer to the contact information, because right now there's no hierarchy here based on proximity. This International Space Station Hotels belongs with this contact information. So we're going to move that a little bit closer just to improve the hierarchy. Get a little open area in there and just group things accordingly. Okay. So those are my recommendations for the billboard. Now the banner ad, I think the banner ad is pretty strong. Definitely want to replace that. That is definitely a low res image. That's pretty damaged. But again, the concept is a little bit compromised because of the fact that you have this image. I want to check something real quick. Okay, banner. Okay, so this image kind of floats here, so you still have space. So I would increase the image so it takes up the whole area, so there's no space. The spacing isn't visible only through the windows, right? Not at the sides. And then what I would do is I would move this down and follow this lead right here, where you have the black at the bottom. So what you'll do is move this down a little bit and then just create the bottom of the banner in black. So this runs into black. Then you have your contact information. At that point, I would say float among the stars. I would move this down here. Okay. Now in the International Space Station hotels, it belongs with the number, right? So you've got a website here. The banner, you don't necessarily have to keep the URL on the banner because most web viewers know that if you click the banner, it's going to take you to the site where you can access all pertinent information. So I'm okay with just leaving the number, but I would take International Space Station Hotel. I would drop it down to the bottom, and I would just group it with the telephone number, black background. Okay, that's going to open up the middle, and you can go ahead and feel free to add a little type in there. Add just it's a web banner, so you don't have to worry about it being at a distance. The viewer's going to be right on top of it. But just give a little bit of detail here. So you got a lot of detail in the poster, but let's just give just a little bit of textual detail in the banner ad. Other than that, like I said, I think it's a great start. I love the concept. This is a professional quality concept. I can see this as a published ad. Definitely, easily. I mean, it looks like it belongs in a magazine. So really fantastic job there. A little work on a banner, a little work on a billboard, and I think we're in business. Again, see if you can replace that image right there with a high-res image. All right, fantastic job, Karen. Thanks so much for sharing. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you very much.